Not sure this will go up, but I'll try. Um, I guess what is it? Judge Judy says is not a word, an answer. Uh, I was kidnapped in 41, brought to this country from Buckingham Palace. My father's Edward VIII, who never married Wallace Simpson. He was married to my mom, Claudia Ruth O'Keefe Windsor. The family there that were stealing it from my father, and it was a takedown, illegal takedown of a monarch, thought my mom was a commoner. My mom was a teacher and sister to artist George O'Keefe, so they weren't paupers like you've made me. Anyway, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Bilderbergers, the ones that controlled your press that Hillary tells you is a lie, she's part of them. The global government that's taken over when they kidnapped me. If you go back to 41, when the United States, with illegal treaties and taking down my father and kidnapping me, I'm still a hostage. It allowed them to go into the UK as friends. Oh, can you get this? Friends do this to you. And it allowed the United States to take everything British and create the mess that's in there now. I'm almost 78 years old. Let's say I were able to go home and Elizabeth is removed. Her father helped kidnap me and take down his own brother. My dad never married Wallace Simpson. An imposter did. So by a roundabout way, I always thought I was going home, and that was the British's intent. They're the ones that told me about my kidnapping. In 83, I found out when I'd run in a political campaign. And so my father was married to my mom. This whole thing's been a lie. The imposter that became the Duke of Windsor and married Wallace, that's an illegal title. She's an American spy. He's an imposter. I don't know his real name, even. But they were buried at Frogmore on Windsor, at Windsor Castle. And he died in 72. Now that I came to Roanoke, Virginia, October the 20th of 86, my mom and dad were both still alive at that time. Now, whether my mom and dad remained married, I don't know. But I know he did not marry Wallis Simpson. That's all a lie. It was made up and contrived, and the double went through and did antics and all these things that weren't even my father. He didn't do them, but they were attributed to him. So then they kidnapped me, and I want to make this perfectly clear. There was an addendum to the forced abdication, illegal removal, a plot to take down my father, and they did. Now, forced abdication was in December of 36. Wallace Simpson married the double and became the Duke and Duchess of Windsor in 1937. I was born in 39, kidnapped in 41 by the Rothschilds, Rockefellers. Joe Kennedy had been made ambassador, appointed by another Jew, Roosevelt, FDR. So where am I going with this? I was brought over here, and all I can say is I put it up, and I've put it up on YouTube when I found out, and somebody gave me a phone so I could do it. Facebook. I'm sitting here still a pauper. I have one pair of pants and one shirt because I'm made to move from here to there to, I'm allergic to chemicals, so they've used that against me to make me move. I have an immune disorder, autoimmune disorder, that when I'm around toxic fumes or chemicals, my immune system, it triggers it to attack itself. Right now, it's so low, my immune system is, what can I say? But I get really why I am saying this is it's my understanding. I hope I get to go home. The Brits were trying, and I don't know what's left of the Brits. Look at what's going on over there. The United States doesn't cover any of that. You have to go to on my Facebook. I have, or I did, Britain First, group that puts up what's going on there. Otherwise, it's ignored. And these are your friends, America, the ones that you gave to the IRA the money and the backing to go in and bomb the United Kingdom. And you did. You were responsible for what happened there. Then you've got Hillary Clinton that comes along, that's Secretary of State. Okay, Secretary of State has a lot to do. Well, she certainly knows about my kidnapping and the ransom paid. I want to make it perfectly clear here. 1941 was when I was kidnapped and given another name of a twin. Peggy Ann Dempsey, I married to Childers. So I still have to use that name, and I got the birth certificates for Carl and Peggy. They were both murdered by their mother. They were illegitimate of birth. And it was a horrible upbringing. And my whole life, there's been crimes committed against me and against my sons simply because of who we are. And if it's ever told, that in itself would take down this government. I don't think the rest of the world would approve of it. But what I wanted to get to here also, I keep saying that because I'm not reading from a script. I'm like Donald Trump. Well, Donald Trump. It comes from my heart, okay? I can't read from a script. Well, I guess I could if I forced myself. But anyway, I want to go back to George Wallace, governor of Alabama, who, by the way, I liked. I thought he was an honest, decent man. Lionel Dempsey, the woman that they put me with that killed her twins, and I had to call her mother even when I told her I wasn't her child. She's a psychopath. She was with Governor Wallace when he was running for the presidency in Laurel, Maryland, when he was shot. Now, he wasn't a friend of hers. She imposed herself into the campaign, but he was shot when she was up there, too, in Laurel, Maryland. So I could go on. Larry Flynt was shot, and that's sad. I don't mean to diminish anything about Mr. Flynt being shot. He was shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia, and March the 6th of 78. And look at what happened to him, and his attorney was killed. Now that this is where I'm getting to. Hillary Clinton has been First Lady, oh, what a joke, of Arkansas. Her husband, Slick Willie, president, has a son that I believe I've seen his YouTube. There's a blackout on him, too, the media blackout, where he's Clinton's son, biracial son. And that leads me to Obama, who's biracial, and he's gun-ho. He can't say things bad enough for Donald Trump. He loves the Clintons. Why is there a blackout on that and a blackout on who my birth is and all that's my birthright and all this? This happened to me. You're so honest, there's no conspiracy. Wow. Now, going back to what I want to say is you're going to tell me that Hillary Clinton might be your next president. She's part of the New World Order, the global government that was formed when they went in and took over Great Britain and kidnapped me and took down my father. The United Nations is the arm of them that the Rockefellers and Joe Kennedy, the Kennedy clan, of course he's deceased now, control the world without borders, okay? So now I want to go, that happened after they kidnapped me, NATO, the Geneva Convention, the War Tribunal, which is in the Netherlands. If this went before them, it'll never go before. They're going to convict themselves or charge themselves of crimes. War crimes? No. The only one it would be is God does it himself, or somehow there's another judicial system formed. Anyway, it goes back, if I can get back to what I'm trying to say before this goes up. It goes back to when they kidnapped me. They brought me to Moulton, Alabama, and they put me there where later, well, that's Redstone Arsenal Command Center, Marshall Space Flight Center. Look what Marshall did, the Marshall Islands and all that. So the United States used Great Britain to go in and take everything British. The biggest army base is beneath the UK, England. There's Area 51 in Australia. The Aussies are us. The last time I looked, they were us.